How's it going, everybody? Today we're going to be doing my top 5 series I want to start in 2026. Let's just get right into it. Number 5 is going to be the Culture series by Ian Banks. I've read a lot about this series, mainly this kind of imaginative vision of post-scarcity and like this utopian vision of like some deep ethical, like what those things might mean. And so these things sound really interesting to me, and I've really been in the mood to read some grand science fiction, but more rooted in this instead of like a space opera, something more, especially after reading Scythe, I have to say. I know it's YA and it's not super hard sci-fi, but yeah, like especially after reading Sci-Fi, I'm really wanting some more deep moral philosophical sci-fi that, especially this kind of scarcity, utopian stuff, like this kind of Dune-ish kind of level of stuff. It's very, very intriguing for me. So I at least want to give book 1 a try and see how it goes from there. Number 4 is going to be the Imperial Rage, not sure how to pronounce that, by Ann Leckie. This definitely seems up my alley by far. This kind of person that survives like a starship crash and then kind of goes against the Empire, but like kind of looks into these themes of identity specifically. I really like this kind of topic, justice, these kinds of topics. And I saw like a review saying like it really reflects on what it means to be human, especially in this kind of science fiction empire setting. So that sounds very, very interesting and intriguing to me. So for that reason, I'm super, super excited to start that series. I'm not sure how many books it goes to exactly, but kind of these, again, it's kind of deep, more reflections on autonomy, independence, identity in a sci-fi setting. Seems very, very interesting to me. And I don't know a whole lot about this series, actually. I haven't really seen a lot of booktubers look into this series, so that kind of makes it more exciting as well to, sometimes discover something new that might not be super popular at the moment. Speaking of popularity, number 3, I'm really excited. I'm like, I have to do it. Age of Madness by Joe Abercrombie. Look, the first trilogy, The First Law, is my favorite fantasy series of all time. And Age of Madness to some people is even better. And I cannot imagine how it could be even better than First Law. And I have all 3 books, just haven't gotten to them. And so 2026, we want to have better goals than 2025. 2025 was my weakest year in 6 years since 2019. So we want to have a strong year. And I want to reread First Law because it's been so long. It's been about 5 years. And after reading First Law, getting into Age of Madness right away, because I love Joe Abercrombie's grim, dark, it's the modern day Lord of the Rings, no joke. And I don't know if Age of Madness is going to continue that trend or not, but The First Law just blew me away. Amazing character writings. Joe Abercrombie knows how to write you. I mean, he's going to make you love a torturer with one leg. I mean, like I actually love and root for him and be invested in his arc and just how he writes arcs and how he writes plot arcs. And I know some people jokingly don't think highly of the first book. The first book, I agree with a lot, is one of my favorite books of all time. So not a lot to complain about there. So yeah, Age of Madness, super, super excited to start. Number 2 is going to be Hyperion by Dan Simmons, Hyperion Cantos. I actually, a couple years ago, started on the Hyperion series, and I was beyond fascinated of this kind of Canterbury Tales style in science fiction. And for whatever reason or not, the 3rd book was something I got very much invested in, or the up to the 3rd story is something I very much got. But for whatever reason, I had to put the book down, had some things going on personally, and then didn't get a chance to finish. But I was fully invested, and I can see where the hype is. And that book has been on my radar since university when back in 2013, 2014 when I saw Hyperion in my library at uni, and like just the image, and I'm like, wow, what is that? You know, what is the Shrike? And like the writing is phenomenal, and just the different arcs and stories, very human and very, very gripping. Like just from reading the 200 pages, I can see where the hype is. So, and this is like must read for science fiction for a lot of people. And I don't just want to read the first one. I want to see where this goes. I want to go see. I want to read the entire thing at least for next year. So super, super excited about that. Number one is Wheel of Time by Robert Jordan. Now, this is a series that, has been so highly recommended and so massively inspirational, influential to so many fantasy readers that I just feel the need to get on that. Like, it just has to happen. I don't know it's 12 major monster books, but I think for my fantasy journey that this is a must read for next year. I think I'm at a good phase to read something like that, and I just need to see what the hype is about. And yeah, like it's just such an influential series and such an influential fantasy series that I really want to dive in myself and see what it's about, and good or bad, just get to the end. So, let me know what you guys think. I'm really excited for these top five, and let's make 2026 a great reading year.